Yeah, what's going on, family? Y'all already know what time it is. Back with another episode of Camionero Cartel. For those of us that don't speak Spanish, Camionero means truck driver. Cartel is a band, group, or a team of people that work together nationally and internationally in order to gain financial power, wealth, and influence. Now, if you all didn't hear, Lil Durk, lawyer, is trying to propose to the judge that the prosecutor is maliciously prosecuting him for his charges. Now, you don't find yourself jammed up in situations like that when you're in your truck and you got your CDL and you got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. So I always tell you, stay out of silly situations and stay away from silly people, and you keep your mind in a positive state and you eating positive food and you surrounding yourself with positive people, life generally goes very well for you. As I always tell you, family, get your CDL, get your passport, get your plane ticket. Reason I tell you to get your CDL is because I want you to make piles and piles of money. And I want you to see the nation. Reason I tell you to get your passport is because I want you to see the world and invest piles and piles of money. And I want you to stay away from those negative environments. I want you to stay away from negative foods. I want you to stay away from negative people. I want you to stay away from negative music that doesn't make you feel good about yourself and affects you physically. They have studies on that. When you listen to violent music, it affects your heart rate, affects your cells in your body, right? It makes you sick. You should look that up. How does aggressive, type it in Google. How does aggressive, violent music affect the cells in your body? How does it affect your heart rate? Right? How does it affect your health when you listen to violent music? And then I want you to do some research on what peaceful music does to your heart rate, right? What it does to your health. Which one is good for you to listen to and which one is bad for you to listen to, right? I know one thing. I prefer to be out here on my flatbed with my CDL in my pocket, traveling the nation, making piles and piles of money versus being jammed up in a courtroom because I made poor decisions and didn't get my CDL and wasn't in my truck, right? I was somewhere where I had no business being, doing something I had no business doing because I had too much time on my hands, right? And what do they say about the idle time? It's the devil's workshop, right? So it's a good thing to stay busy, stay productive, right? Stay busy, stay productive, stay focused, stay healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually, and stay away from those negative environments, right? Use the Border Patrol technique that Trump is using in the office right now for your mind. Use it for your body. Use it for your spirit, right? And you will see that a purification process begins to take place, okay? You start to get all the riffraff out of your life and out of your body becomes more pure, right? Easier to focus, easier to function, right? It's like when people go on a cleanse or detox, right? When you fast, 40 days and 40 nights, for those of you that read the scripture, right? That's a purification process. That's excellent to allow your body to cleanse itself. Okay? So I want you to put that into practice, whether it's physically, okay, spiritually, financially, or mentally, or all of them at the same time. It's up to you. All right? I want you to be the best you could be. Stay out of negative environments. Get your CDL. Make your money. And choose the people you hang around with much discretion. Because generally, you become who you hang around. And you become what you think about. Which is why I tell you, the music that you listen to is so important. Because if I'm listening to some straight up OG music all day, right, that may influence me to step outside of a productive character, right? That may influence me to be somebody, right, that may be destructive in society and not beneficial to society. And as you already know, Camionero Cartel, we redefine the word cartel. We redefine the meaning of moving weight. Okay? Because I move tons every day. As you can see, we move weight across the nation every day. Right? But the way we move builds up nations and doesn't tear the nation down.